and welcome everyone to Maruti Suzuki Imagine Next. I'm Ridhima Pathak and it is a thrilling day at Auto Expo 2023 with the launch of the all-new EVX. With design, specifications and technology, EVX is surely going to take the Indian roads by a storm. And I hope you're all ready for that, because for what's about to come is going to be super thrilling. It will not only get you super excited, but it will also set standards for us to imagine next. You see, we have a very special guest here, someone who needs no introduction, has spent over 3 decades in Maruti and is very well known and cherished by everyone in the MSIL family. So here with us today to talk about innovating the future, please join me in welcoming the man who exudes energy, passion, wit and wisdom. Mr. Shashank Srivastava, Senior Executive Director, Marketing and Sales, Maruti Suzuki. Welcome, Shashank-san. I have to ask you a very, very important question before we go ahead. How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling great. You know, today we had the global unveiling of the electric SUV concept from Suzuki. It's the first time that India, in fact, India has been chosen as the country to unveil a global concept like the SUV you saw. So I'm feeling very proud and also at the same time full of energy and pep.
It is a very proud moment, isn't it? You know, the entire thing that Maruti Suzuki has done and taking the steps forward towards sustainability, it almost feels surreal. And hence, I have to ask you and start this discussion about, you know, what Maruti Suzuki's innovation is all about.
Well, Ridhima, just like any other of Maruti Suzuki's initiative to foster innovation, Maruti Suzuki Innovation aims to create an ecosystem for startups to collaborate, to co-create, and give some really groundbreaking and innovative solutions. And solutions that are cutting edge and cost effective to drive industry standards forward. And this also involves driving open innovation within the organization. And that's important, I think, because it means getting outside knowledge within the company.
Well, of course, all the points that are required in today's day and age, I believe Maruti Suzuki is on top of its game. But speaking of innovation, and how does Maruti Suzuki, in what ways does it strive to achieve its mission?
Well, Ridhima, to take this mission forward and to enable startups to be able to innovate new solutions, we have launched various programs for startups. Right from the idea generation stage, providing them with a nurturing environment, with appropriate mentoring sessions that evaluates their growth trajectory and also fosters their growth. These initiatives are all aligned with our Prime Minister's vision for a Startup India, Make in India, Invest India, where we intend to enable this startup culture and build a holistic ecosystem for innovation and also entrepreneurship in our country. And finally, to identify these innovations from Bharat, the real India, to solve real-time challenges in the future.
That's beautiful. You know, it just, makes me believe that it's such a great time to be an Indian and to be working with Maruti Suzuki. I'm sure these innovations will drive for a better Bharat. But do you think that it's the right time for, for the startup ecosystem, for corporations to enable the startup ecosystem? And in what ways are the drivers and the challenges in this particular process?
Well, I definitely feel innovations is the future, and that's driving progressive thinking, and that's also now fueled by digital innovations. That's the need of the hour, I believe. The startup ecosystem are the primary enablers to drive this change. And today, if you see, India's the 3rd largest startup ecosystem in the world after US and China. It's home to more than 85,000 startups, of which in fact more than 100 are unicorns. And if you look at the total valuation of these, is more than $300 billion. So the inception of this idea, which we are talking about, actually started 4 years ago, where we realized that in order to drive innovative solutions, we needed to collaborate with technology startups that can partake knowledge within Maruti Suzuki and further get onboarded as business partners to create innovative solutions for the future.
Wow. Well, the future definitely looks promising. And in the longer run, how do you see these startups creating value for larger corporations, especially like yours?
Well, Ridhima, like I said, when we talk of Imagine Next and the future, it is innovation. And startups in India aim towards working on disruptive technologies that drive this innovation. So, collaboration with such startups has actually helped Maruti Suzuki reduce costs, increase efficiency of operation, provide superior consumer experience, and also, very importantly, promote data-driven, decision making. And most importantly, I believe it enables us to gain early insights into new technologies. And that is also very, very important.
Well, Shashank sir, this is really, really exciting for me, especially with all the innovation that is coming in the automobile sector. But it makes me curious about how do you see these startups creating value for larger corporations, someone like Maruti Suzuki?
Well, Ridhima, like I said, when we talk of Imagine Next and the future, it is innovation. Um, and startups in India aim towards working on disruptive technologies that drive for this innovation. So collaborations with such startups that has helped Maruti Suzuki to reduce its costs, increase efficiencies of operation, in fact, give superior consumer experiences as well. And of course, what I believe very importantly, promote data-driven decision making. And most importantly, it enables us to gain early insights into new technologies. For instance, when we launched the Assist, which is a computer vision and AI-based solution for customers to get information about their cars using a smartphone, it was developed in collaboration with the startup, Zane.ai. And Maruti Suzuki is also forayed, by the way, into metaverse, with our customers being able to experience the all-new Grand Vitara, which we launched very recently in September, in Nexaverse, which is, it's an immersive virtual reality experience in a lifelike Nexa showroom. And post the success of this, it was very successful, of the Nexaverse, we recently launched Arenaverse, which is the other channel which we have, and also Expoverse for our customers, who can actually experience the Auto Expo, in the virtual world. So overall, actually, startups have definitely played a pivotal role in digitizing our operations across various domains like logistics, like service, production, and others, creating value for us and helping us truly imagine next.
Beautiful. I've just realized from this conversation that it is so important not just to be in sync with technology, but it's important to be ahead of technology. And that's what Maruti Suzuki is doing. And that sounds so promising. Talking about creating value, if I can ask that, what are we showcasing at the Maruti Suzuki Innovation Zone this time?
Well, Ridhima, I'm very excited about the highlights of our innovation zone. A real-life avatar of none other than our brand ambassador, Varun Dhawan.
Oh, wow. That makes me really curious. And if you can tell us a little more about the avatar.
So this avatar can be integrated to all our digital properties and will humanize all digital conversations for our consumers. So it's like a first of its kind innovation in the automobile industry, and probably the first ever replication of a real life person into an AI embedded virtual avatar that can intelligently interact with everyone. So I feel it's really innovative.
So Varun Dhawan can sell me a car. That's what you're saying. That's what the avatar can do. Well, all of this sounds really exciting. And Shashank sir, I am sure that Maruti Suzuki is definitely heading towards a digital Bharat, which is imperative in today's day and age, and a new and innovative future. Finally, I want to ask you about the bigger picture. What do you think the success story for Maruti Suzuki's innovation has been like?
While this program was launched in 2019, it seems like we started just yesterday, but the growth has been massive. Where we have managed to screen, I think, more than 2,000 startups across the country. We have engaged with more than 50 of those startups. We have completed 27 pilots with them. And amongst all, we have also onboarded 10 startups as business partners with Maruti Suzuki. So I definitely feel that it's all been fruitful for us very much. And in terms of innovating and enabling these new age startups and providing them with an appropriate environment to innovate and co-create at their best, I think that's something which we have done through this program. And hopefully, we get to engage with more and more of these startups and collaborate with them to build for a newer and a better Bharat.
Well, I'm actually, on behalf of all the youngsters and all the entrepreneurs out there, I'd like to thank Maruti Suzuki for giving us, that platform to showcase innovation. And thank you so much for such an insightful discussion, Shashank sir. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.